So I'm using two cameras to see how this works. Unfortunately, this quite expensively for what it is camera, which is one of the little ones that you stick on a laptop. It's not working on the remote properly. So it's meant to zoom in and out, and it doesn't. Because everything else, I can go black and white. I can add the colour back. I look like I'm being sunny in Los Angeles, or I can go black and white. So I can do just about everything else except move it left and right and reposition. So I might have to do this on the auto mode that is on the application itself. So I'm using Ecamm Live, which is a fantastic app if you have the time to understand it and learn it. Hence, I'm finding a few things a little bit strange. So I'm also using a Rodecaster Pro, which is for the audio side, and it's got absolutely loads of great stuff on it, which I absolutely love, even with the stuff that you probably can't hear. Okay, I can hear over the headphones, it might come out on the floor, we'll just see how it goes. So the idea of that camera is to show you this setup. So this is a new setup that I'm using. It's got the iPhone camera behind it, which is there. It's recording me when I'm using the teleprompter. So the idea of the teleprompter is that sometimes you can grab it on and go off track. So the teleprompter is not necessarily something to read word, but the intention of it is to give you pointers. So if I do start going off track, and sometimes when you do talk off track, especially if you get back into conversation like I'm just doing now, right, you can jump all the way back, look at the teleprompter and say, yeah, that's where I'm up to. You put it in whatever size writing that you want, so you're not looking at 6 bullet points and thinking which one was I actually talking about. It has a red midline you can put across it, so you can send it up, and then when you get to that point, stop it. And if you do go off track, if you want to get back on track, you look at the midway line, and that is the last thing you were talking about, which is helpful, especially with me, because I can chat and then go off topic, and that's the end of it. It just causes you a nightmare to stand there and go, what was I talking about? Which is something I do a lot, because I get so involved in a conversation and the interest and the fact that I'm trying to really deeply get into something I'm talking about, and then once I've done that, I've stopped and gone, what the hell was I talking about again? So it really helps in that respect. You can make the writing bigger if you want, so as it goes up, it can just stay in. What you can see is what you're talking about. By the time it moves up to the next subject or whatever, you know where you're up to, right? So if you are talking about life changes in the 1900s, and it says there, life changes in the 1900s. So if I leave that there and I'm chatting away and then I go off track to it, I just look back at the teleprompter and it says, this is what you're talking about, man. Let's get back on track. Choo-choo. Come on. Right? So I don't go off track and forget what I was talking about. Then I can just press it and go to the next section and be chatting about that, and the overall points, so you're not reading directly off the teleprompter. And this is something that is used across the board with a lot of people. And I understand that, because it's like, why have a teleprompter that say don't read off the teleprompter? It's like saying have a car but you're not allowed to drive. So in that respect, I understand now exactly what they're talking about. It's not there to read as a teleprompter like the newsman. It is there to prompt you on the things that you are talking about. So it's more of a topic prompter than an actual word-by-word prompter. I'm not saying you can't use it word by word. If you're talking about a subject that's very technical, and it's important that you get the structure of the context of what you're talking about, getting it perfect, to the point that if you go slightly off that topic, it would either make no sense or the information given is incorrect. So if I was talking about science and I was saying a molecule is made up of, I would have that most definitely on the teleprompter or written down on a piece of paper, because the chances of me not being a chemical guy, a scientific guy, I would struggle to try to remember anything like that. I could probably give you 3 things off the periodic table, and that's it if you're lucky. So it's important that if it's a subject that you're not too au fait with, it will help you along with that. Besides that, if it's a subject you're always rapping about, the chances are you probably don't need the teleprompter, but it will help. Now, like you say, go off subject. So this is the teleprompter. Now I'm going to chat about it. So you'll see that the teleprompter now, the camera there is facing me. Like I said before, it's the phone camera that's in there, because I haven't got $1,000 or pounds to be buying the nice Sony things that you stick in the back, and they are quite pricey. So let's give it a go. As you can see, this is the teleprompter. It's now going to go and reset itself back to the start. Okay, don't know why I still get around towards that camera when I can talk to you. So this is called the Desview. That's D-E-S-V-I-E-W. The Desview Teleprompter. And as you can see from the speed that it's going, you can see it there. The teleprompter app provides a professional teleprompter display function. Users not only can edit text, but also can copy text into the app. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. So like again, let's get back to talking about board your car, right, and weirdly enough, you can get in it and drive it. Okay, so let's crack on. When playing text, users can adjust the speed of the playback. Yeah, fantastic. So it'll go faster and slow. If you do it faster, I won't be able to read it, but it's fast. So I can also adjust the size of the font, the size of the text, and the background colour. It supports multi-language playback mode, and the menu can automatically to the system language. Okay, that's fantastic. This is the end of it. It's going to start to get back to the beginning. It also comes with a little clock. The little clock is designed just to say it's telling you how much text is left, and in the little clock, if you've got like 10 seconds left, there's the chance that your text has now come to an end. So that's your whole text as well. So the only problem is that you can't see the bloody clock because it is quite dark. Now I'm going to look at trying to adapt it so it's more visible, because it's very handy. But if you can see the text and know that it's coming to an end, you know when you start to close up shop. If you're all excited and reading away and suddenly it stops, you're in a whole new ball of wax, because you're going, yeah, and this is really great, and what we're going to talk about is and then it stops. So your energy is up there and the text is gone. So the timer will give you an indication of how much time you've got left before your text finishes, which is groovy, because you can then decide on how this is going to end. You might stop it there and talk about another topic and then finish the last little paragraph off, or whatever you want to do, but it's really cool. So, question, is it worth it? 100%. 100%. It was not, hang on, the eyes getting involved here. It was not particularly expensive for what it is. In fact, embarrassingly, I can't even tell you. I bought it about 6 months ago. It comes in this amazing box, okay? If you can see the box there. It's really cool. It's spongy. It will protect any sort of shit. And ordinarily, if I'd have bought one of these myself and I'd have gone on eBay and got one, I'd have probably paid for the one on eBay for the price that the box alone cost. So it's a great box. Personally, I hate putting shit back in boxes. Right? I'm not a traveller. I'm not going round premise to premise to use this equipment. So what I am using it for, I'm using it, it just keeps getting involved. I'm using it to help with my creation, to help with my content creation, to help with courses that I'm doing. Okay, so when I'm developing courses, it'll give me the prompts that I need so I don't forget. Because there's nothing worse than saying, here's a course on how not to take your tablets. And then I go, how does this start? What was the first thing we were going to talk about? Now, if I've got a teleprompter that says, opening sketch, you're going to talk about why you shouldn't be taking tablets like this, or this water is better than that water, and then I can chat about that, not necessarily word for word like I said before, but we can do a good chat. Okay, get involved in the subject matter, like my finger in my eye. That's not really subject, and it doesn't matter. So it's easy to, like I say, get off subject like that and not know what you're up to. You look at your teleprompter, it says, this is what you've just been talking about, man. And you go, oh yeah. So let's get back on topic. Not that you say that, but you get back on topic. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing in a nutshell, there's no way on earth on this side of Christmas I would pay more than 100 quid for anything like this, right? I just wouldn't. I'd end up buying second hand. The reason being is that I'm a tight get when it comes to buying equipment. When I say a tight get, I live within my means and I haven't got the means to be buying expensive equipment at the moment. Once I am in a better position, it's like anything. Your first car's a piece of crap, you get you around and you're really excited, you don't care, right? It's rusty, the wheels are falling off, the tyres are baldy. Let's not tell the police all that. But the fact is that the next couple of years, as you go up and you're starting to get a better job maybe, or you're saving up some money, you will then start getting into buying a better car. Not necessarily a new one, but a better one. You might decide to get one on the Never Never HP, okay? And it's not the source. We're talking about the fact that you are paying all the bloody time for the next 3 years for this car, or 5 years. You might get one that you can upgrade, like a lease vehicle. 3 years, get a new one. Again, going off topic. So, the idea of all this and not spending too much money is that because I'm not in a position to be spending silly money on ace equipment. I'm going to say silly equipment, but it's not. It's really good. And you do get what you pay for, especially with this kind of equipment. So I am going to be moving forward and forward and forward in the development of podcasts, of the YouTubes, and of the courses that I will be developing and sending out there. I hope you stay in touch. I will be putting this out there more for entertainment value. Okay, if you're really interested, you can get hold of me at Carl James at Resolve. Why didn't I put that on the teleprompter? Okay, Carl James at resolve-coaching.co.uk. And next time I'm going to remember, maybe I should put that on the teleprompter and I can put it up and I know who I am. There you go. Enjoy.